Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mimi Shazwin binti Muhammad Azmi and my matrix number is 01D8023F1001. So, today we are going to present about our case presentation for subject DPA50173 Professional Ethics. So, I will proceed with case 1 Olympus Scandal. So, for the introduction, the 2010 Olympus Scandal, exposed by CEO Michael Woodford, revealed that the company hit over about $1.5 billion in losses since the 1980s using Tobashi schemes. After confronting the board, Woodford was fired by when public, leading Olympus to admit the fraud. Key executives, including President Tsuyoshi Kikukawa, resigned and faced charges. The scandal caused the company's stock to plummet nearly 80% and highlighted major flaws in Japan's corporate governance. So, next I will proceed with major players in the Olympus scandal. The first one is Hisashi Mori. He is a former executive vice president of Olympus. He played a key role in managing and hiding losses, and dismissed and later charged for his role in the scandal. The second one is Michael Woodford. He is a British-born CEO of Olympus, appointed in 2011, discovered and exposed the company's accounting fraud, and fired after confronting the board, later became a whistleblower. And the last one is Tsuyoshi Kikukawa. He is a former president and chairman of Olympus. He involved in concealing massive investment losses, and he resigned in 2011, received a suspended prison sentence. I will proceed with accounting irregularities did Michael Woodford uncover at Olympus. The first one is inflated acquisition payments. Olympus overpaid for several firms, such as spending $1 billion on Gearus Group and making $687 million in suspicious advisory fees to obscure advisors. The second one is loss hiding Tobashi schemes. Since the 1980s, Olympus concealed huge investment losses by shifting them off the books through overvalued acquisition and inflated deals. The third one is fictitious advisory fees. Paid large consulting fees to shell companies with no real services, using them to launder and hide losses. So let's move to the executive leadership response to Woodford revelations. The first one is immediate dismissal of the whistleblower. After Woodford raised concern about irregular acquisition and suspicious payments, the board acted quickly to remove him from his position as CEO on October 14 in 2011. This abrupt dismissal, only 2 weeks after his promotion, was intended to silence him and maintain control over the company's narrative. Next is denial of any wrongdoing. Senior executives, including Chairman Tsuyoshi, publicly denied any allegations. They characterized the irregular payments and acquisition as legitimate business transactions, despite mounting evidence suggesting they were used to conceal massive financial losses. The third one is attempted cover-up. Olympus leaders initially suppressed the scandal to protect the company's image, and senior executives prioritizing self-preservation over transparency and shareholders' interests. So now let's move to describe the message that Olympus board transmit in firing their chosen CEO who becomes a whistleblower. So we start with loyalty over integrity. The board's action showed that maintaining loyalty to the company and its insider was valued more than honesty or ethical conduct. The next one is discouragement of whistleblowing. The firing sent a warning to other employees that speaking out against wrongdoing could result in punishment or dismissal. Firing CEO Michael Woodford sent a clear message that loyalty to insider outweighed integrity, transparency was unwelcome. Whistleblower risk Whistleblower risk retaliation and senior executives were protected over addressing fraud. This highlights weak corporate governance, where ethical reporting and accountability were suppressed, showing the vital role of whistleblowers in exposing wrongdoing.
So my name is Nurani binti Nur Azimi. My metric number is 01D8023F1003. Today Today I will be discussing whether Michael Woodford action could have been more effective if he had taken a longer term approach instead of a direct showdown with President Kikukawa during the Olympus accounting scandal. If Woodford had chosen a longer term approach, his action might have seemed more strategic, for example, taking time to collect more evidence or seeking quiet support from other board members. However, we also need to view this situation through the lens of whistleblowing and corporate governance. As a whistleblower, Woodford acted according to his ethical duty to report wrongdoing when internal governance system failed, even though his direct confrontation led to his dismissal. It clearly demonstrates transparency, courage, and accountability, which are key principles of good corporate governance. His bold action also exposed the serious weaknesses in Olympus' internal control, board independence, and ethical oversight. These weaknesses show that the company's governance system failed to protect him, even though he was acting in the company's best interests. While a longer or quieter approach might have allowed him to build more internal support, it is likely that in a corporate culture where loyalty outweighs transparency, the truth might never have come out. In conclusion, Woodford's immediate showdown truly reflected the spirit of whistleblower, someone who places ethical responsibility above personal safety. His action highlighted the urgent need for stronger corporate governance system that protect individuals who act in the public interest. Next, to conclude my presentation, the 2012 Olympus accounting scandal not only damaged public trust but also highlighted the crucial role of whistleblower and corporate governance in maintaining ethical accountability. Michael Woodford's decision to expose the fraud show how important whistleblowers are when internal governance systems fail. His courage and transparency helped reveal serious misconduct, proving that integrity and honesty can protect the interests of shareholders and the public, even when it comes at a personal cost. The scandal also revealed major weaknesses in Olympus' corporate governance, including poor board oversight, lack of independence, and a culture that values loyalty over ethics. This failure allowed fraudulent activity to go undetected for many years. Therefore, this case reminds us that having a strong corporate governance framework is essential. This includes proper whistleblower protection, independent oversight, and ethical leadership to prevent white-collar crimes and to uphold trust and integrity in financial reporting.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurin Batisha binti Omar. I will present about case 2, which is Nestle Malaysia Berhad Annual Report 2024 Overview. So this is the company background for Nestle Malaysia Berhad. Nestle Malaysia Berhad was established in 1912 and has been operating for over 110 years. It is a subsidiary of Nestle SA Switzerland, the world's largest food and beverage company. So for the head office is located at level 22, 1 Powerhouse, Persiaran Bandar Utama, Petaling Jaya, Selangor. It is listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia since 1989 and also operates 6 factories and 61 sales offices across Malaysia, exporting to over 50 countries. So our focus for Nestle Malaysia Berhad is company overview, corporate governance, and corporate social responsibility. So this is for company overview for Nestle Malaysia Berhad. Nestle have manufactures and market sales halal certified food and beverage product. So its core business areas included such as Milo, Nescafe, Maggi, KitKat, Nestle, Nutren, and Omega Plus. So the main market for the Nestle have been in Malaysia and other Asian countries. For industry sector, Nestle Malaysia Berhad have a consumer product and services in a food and beverage manufacturing. So for division, it is for unlock the power of food to enhance quality of life for everyone today and for generations to come. And for the mission, it is for good food, good life to provide high quality, nutritious and trusted product. Core value for Nestle Malaysia Berhad is for integrity, respect, excellence and sustainability. Next is for organizational structure. The first for Nestle Malaysia Berhad is chairman, which is Tan Sri 1051 Arifin, and the other key senior management included Chief Executive Officer, which is Tuan Arangus. Next is Chief Financial Officer, Syed Saiful Islam, and the other key executive, Tengku Ida Adura for legal and secretarial, Solil White for production, and lastly Carmen Melissa Antonio for human resources. And the other business executive officer is manage major division such as beverages, food and dairy, nutrition, ice cream, confectionery, and export. Next is key financial highlights for Nestle Malaysia Berhad in 2024. The first item is revenue RM 6.2 billion, profit after tax 460 million, total assets 3.665 million, market capitalization RM 2.34 billion, basic earnings per share RM 1.77, total dividends paid and proposed RM 419.8 million, in bracket 1.79 per share, workforce 5,036 employee, in bracket 36% female, and lastly shareholder equity RM 447.5 million. Next is recent achievements and developments. The first category, Nestle Malaysia Berhad, have got a silver award in the Age Malaysia ESG Awards in 2024 and silver in the Star ESG Positive Impact Awards as a waste management. Nestle Malaysia Berhad have got a rank 36 in National Corporate Governance and Sustainability Awards by a top 15 PLCs in Malaysia. It also have a new products launch such as KitKat Dark Borneo, Milo Intense Dark Chocolate, Nescafe Gold Ready to Drink, and also introduced eco-friendly paper packaging for Milo UHT and Maggi Bowl. And also got a project relief 2.1 million trees planted and have the target 3 million by 2025. Next is corporate governance overview. As we know, Nestle Malaysia Berhad's corporate governance framework is built upon accountability, transparency, and integrity in accordance with Malaysian Code on Corporate Governance and also listing requirements of Bursa Malaysia. So we're moving to key board committee, which is the first one is Audit and Risk Committee. It refers to overseas financial reporting, internal control system, and risk management. It also reviews audit findings, non-compliant reports, and internal control effectiveness. Second is governance, nomination, and compensation committee, which is manage director appointments, board evaluation, and remuneration. Third is compliance steering committee. which is chaired by the CEO. It monitors adherence to law and internal policies. Fourth is Business Ethics and Fraud Committee, which is review non-compliance and whistleblowing cases. And lastly, Human Rights Committee. It is established in 2024 to oversee human rights compliance and due diligence across operation and supply chains. Lastly, for my part, is corporate governance practices, which is Nestle Malaysia Berhad have enforced strong compliance standards under anti-bribery and corruption guideline, MACC Act compliance, and personal data protection (PDPA), also whistleblowing via Speak Up platform. And it also board composition and diversity, which is have a 43% female representation on the board and recognized for transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership in 2024.
Now I will be presenting the corporate social responsibility practices on Nestle Malaysia and how they relate to corporate governance and whistleblowing. First, let's look at Nestle CSR approach. The company's strategy is built on its creating shared value philosophy, where societal and environmental impact is integrated directly into the business model. They align their efforts with frameworks like the UN SDGs, ASG criteria, responsible sourcing requirements, and their human rights roadmap. Their CSR is managed with strong governance. The board reviews sustainability matters twice a year. The CEO monitors progress through a sustainability KPI dashboard, and committees like the WHO Code Compliance Committee and the Human Rights Committee ensure oversight. From the perspective of CSR responsibility, Nestle's approach clearly reflects all three types: economic, legal, and ethical, but it is primarily really driven by ethical responsibility. They go beyond minimum legal requirements and by implementing human rights action plans, climate commitments, and responsible sourcing measures. Next, let's look at how Nestle balance its economic and social responsibilities. The company used the CSV philosophy, which integrates profit with purpose. For example, while they recorded strong revenue, they report financial results alongside sustainability achievements, showing that both are treated as key priorities. They support communities through programs like Farmer Connect and through DEI initiative for employees, which is strengthened in their supply chain and long-term business performance. Even during challenging financial periods, Nestle continued investing in sustainability and human rights, showing a long-term commitment that balance economic success with societal impact. Finally, let's connect these CSR findings to whistleblowing and corporate governance. Strong corporate governance is essential for ensuring that CSR commitments are actually carried out. Nestle's governance structure with board oversight, sustainability leadership, and compliance committees creates accountability. But governance is only effective when employees feel safe to report wrongdoing. This is where whistleblowing comes in. A proper whistleblowing system supports ethical responsibility by allowing employees or stakeholders to raise concerns about issues like labor violations, corruption, and unethical sourcing or data breach. In fact, Nestle focus on human rights and responsible sourcing makes whistleblowing even more important because it acts as an early warning system for misconduct within the supply chain or within the company itself. A strong whistleblowing mechanism reinforce transparency, strengthen corporate governance, and ensure that CSR commitments are not just statements but are actually practiced. In conclusion, Nestle Malaysia's CSR approach is grounded in ethical responsibility, supported by strong governance, and reinforced by whistleblowing mechanisms that help uphold integrity and trust.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anjana binti Junaidi. My matrix number 01D8223F1024. For now,
For now, I will continue a presentation about stakeholder in the company's social responsibility. First of all, the company corporate social responsibility, which is CSR, and creating share value, which is CSV, are programs involve and benefit a wide range of stakeholders, as detailed in their engagement framework. So now we look at a table, have a stakeholder group who is involved, engaged, and who benefit from the programs. Which is first we go with a local communities. So for local community who are involved, a community developed CSV project, food bank program, and innovative supporting lower income and variable groups. So who get a benefit from program? Benefit from nutrition, healthy and wellness, support for sustainability development in rural areas, and safeguarding of a natural resource. And for second, for employees is to hold meetings, employees volunteer programs, and employees surveys. And for the who get a benefit from a focus on health and will being, a continued professional development opportunity and effort to foster diversity, equity, and next, there is a consumer and general public, which is who are involved is a corporate and brand website, social media channels, advertisement, product packaging, and 24-hour customer service hotline. Who the benefit get from it? Innovative, high quality product attitude to their needs and convenient access to product information. Four is supplier. Supplier Engagement Day, training on anti-segregation and responsibility sourcing core requirements, and the small medium entrepreneurship monitor program. Who can get a benefit from support and guidance to ensure attendance to a law and regulation, and also can contribution to their overall development with the value chain. I will continue to five, which is a non-governmental organization. Who is involved? So, the strategic partners are involved. Also, roundtable decision and engagement dialogues that benefit get from it. A primary benefit is fostering collaboration to support nutrition, health, and wellness of undiverse community, encourage impactful policy or industry wide change. And lastly, for governments, is involve eva- advocacy meeting, materials engagement, and industry or regulatory working groups. So benefit get from the companies contribute the development of a policy and standard, and the support is empower of a communities. Next, I will continue the presentation for about a factor driving robots corporate governance. So this here about the company commitment to strong CG and responsibility leadership and primarily drive by two needs. First is a maintaining stakeholder and brands trust amidst volatility, which is the company operates in a challenging external environment marked by skepticism, tension, and instincts on social media security, which is a great hysterical around international brands. Also, a strong corporate governance security built on ethics, compliance, and transparency, which is instantly to ensure the public and shareholder of the business integrity. agility, and resilience. Second is ensure financial stability and accountability. Fourth is the government's framework create a value creation for shareholder and help a secure financial stability and violate market. They are also ensured to strict codes like a Malaysian code on corporate governments, ensure accountability and meets a regulatory expectation. So next, I will move about a key community issuing driving CSR innovative. So this is a focus for ESG. So for CSR and creating share value programs to focus on environment, society, and governments are direct response to measure a long-term community challenge. So we go to the first is a public healthy and wellness. It's about this is a priority promoting nutrition, health, and wellness. It also have innovative aim to address a public healthy concerns by promoting healthy and active a lifestyle and support a related community programs. And second is socio-economic disparity and food security. It's about the company runs programs supporting variable groups, which is this is include food bank and food cooperation programs directly tracking the community issue of a poverty before which is like a before the groups and food security. And third is environmental stewardship, which is talk about the company commitment to leading the sustainability transition and environmental stewardship, address a global concern over climate change and environmental impact. This is include effort toward a regenerative agriculture, water partnership, and protect a natural resource. Lastly is a rural economic development. It's talk about a program like a Farm Connect support the sustainability development of a rural communities. It also this is highlight an attempt to address issue related to rural improvement and economic development in the supply chain. So, for connection to whistleblowing and corporate governance, which is for whistleblowing as a safety and net governance. It's about corporate governance. It's about the how a company is direct to control. For whistleblowers, help protect this system by reporting unethical or illegal behavior yearly. So this acts like an internal alarm system that strange accountability and transparency for CSR effort reduced to reason to blow with a whistle, which is when a company active a career for environment and society, it's avoid behavior that are usual triggered whistleblowers. So for CSR action, such as training suppliers on anti-corruption and responsibility, searching reduce the chance for misconduct happening in the first place. So last is a trust encourage a safe whistleblowing. This document highlight the importance of stakeholder and public trust. Employees also, who are the main whistleblower, will only report issue if they trust the company protect them. Um, and last, for a strong ethical culture can build a trust. Corporate governments or CSR make employees feel safe to speak up without fear and reelection. So for conclusion, the company commitments to ethics, compliance, and accountability is evidenced by its corporate governance or CSR frameworks. is a foundational to establish a safe environment and whistleblowers. For whistleblowing is not a sign of a future, but rather the unlimited test of whether a company state a commitment to corporate governance and ethical CSR is guided in practice. A company that active address stakeholder concerns and promote transparency is on that is more like to handle a whistleblower report effectively and ethical.